Hi, my name is Chris. Every day I do a daily vlog. Everything's completely different every day, and if you could subscribe, a subscribe would be absolutely awesome. We all give up sometimes, don't we? We really do. It's part of the human condition. Sometimes it's almost necessary to give something up, because sometimes we hold on to things that we shouldn't, and people that we shouldn't. And because of that, well, we've got to recognise that it's damaging to us, that it's not something that is long-term that we should ever keep in our lives. Because if we do, the damage continues till ultimately it breaks down in the end and we end up losing everything, or can do. But another reason for not breaking down is I was humbled by a story about somebody called Cliff Young, who was a farmer, and in 1983 in Australia he went on to win an ultramarathon, beating everybody at that race. It's an incredible story because when you understand that it was ran by somebody who wasn't what I would call an outstanding professional, he learnt the ability to run long distance whilst chasing sheep around his farm. He did it one time, chasing sheep all night, across 3 nights for 3 days, solid. The ultramarathon that he was going to compete in, though, was from Sydney to Melbourne. It was a 540-mile race over 5 days, and he turned up wearing galoshes over a pair of boots. I gather he was donated a pair of trainers to actually run in, and the difference between him winning the race and those not was the fact that his persistence through sleep and running throughout the night, whilst others insisted on sleeping and getting their heads down for a minimum of 6 hours. He came in as first and he absolutely smashed it. The competitor, or closest competitor to him, came in a whole 10 hours later. Now, Cliff, being humble, didn't realise that there was a prize. Yep, there was a $10,000 prize. Cliff wasn't aware of that prize, but he ended up giving it away, feeling too embarrassed to even keep it. He even wasn't aware that he was allowed to sleep during the race, and probably that's the thing that propelled him along. And the average age of the ultramarathon runners there were around 30. He was 61. So the thing we can learn there, I think, is the fact that you're never too old to go after your dream, and you should never give up on whatever it is you're chasing. Cliff Young, for me, was and is still an inspiration. He passed away some time ago, but this story just stands on its own. It just reminds me that being able to pursue the one thing against everybody else's advice, by not giving up, you can realize your dreams. By pursuing that one thing that you and only you believe in, says, as the human heart says, we can go after this, we can do this, and we've got this. You've got to have a self-belief. And whilst Cliff Young had trained on his farm, if you like, whilst chasing sheep across 3 days, trying to herd them together and get them back in from awful weather, he was somebody that always, I believe, was going to succeed when he used that unique skill of running and applying it to an ultramarathon. I think for me, he typifies what is strength and what is somebody who doesn't give up. Thanks so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow.